The moment before the photograph is taken. Every photograph begins before the shutter is pressed. Not in the camera, but in the silence just before it. That brief moment when nothing has yet been captured. But everything is already becoming an image. At first, it seems insignificant. A pause, a preparation, a hand adjusting position, a subject holding still, a photographer deciding when to act. But within that stillness, something important is happening. A decision about reality is being made. Photography is often thought of as capturing the past. But in truth, it is also shaping the present. The moment before the photograph is taken is where intention exists most clearly. The subject is not yet an image. The body is not yet frozen. The expression is not yet interpreted. Everything is still alive, changing, uncertain. And yet, the possibility of permanence is already forming. In that space, both photographer and subject are aware of something subtle. They know that whatever happens next will be remembered differently. Because once the photograph exists, the moment will no longer belong to experience alone. It will belong to memory, to interpretation, to reflection. This is why the seconds before a photograph often feel different from ordinary time. There is awareness, a quiet tension, a sense of being observed, even before anything is officially recorded. The subject may adjust posture slightly. The photographer may refine composition. Both are responding not only to reality, but to the idea of how reality will look once frozen. In this way, photography begins before photography happens. The image is already being formed in anticipation. This anticipation influences everything that follows. A small shift in posture can change meaning. A slight change in light can alter emotion. A fraction of a second can transform an ordinary scene into something powerful. But none of this exists yet in the final image. It exists only in the moment before. This is the invisible part of photography. The part that cannot be seen in the final frame. Yet it shapes everything within it. Even the idea of presence changes in this moment. The subject becomes aware of being seen. Not as a threat, not as exposure, but as attention. And attention itself changes behavior. People straighten their posture, adjust their expression, become slightly more aware of themselves. This is not artificial. It is human. We naturally respond to being observed. Even subtly, even without words. This is why no photograph is ever completely separate from interaction. There is always a relationship. Even if it lasts only seconds. Even if it is never spoken aloud. When the shutter finally clicks, that relationship is transformed into an image. The moment becomes fixed, but everything leading up to it disappears. What remains is only the result, not the process. Yet the process is often where meaning begins. Because that is where intention, awareness, and presence meet. The photograph may capture a face, a body, a gesture, a scene, but the moment before it captures something different. A shared understanding that something is about to be seen differently. Perhaps this is why some photographs feel more alive than others. Not because of what they show, but because of what they carry from that unseen moment before. The anticipation, the awareness, the quiet exchange between observer and observed. And once the image exists, that moment is gone. But not entirely lost. It continues to live inside the photograph. As something felt, even if it was never fully seen.